Ever found yourself scrolling through endless lists of banks, each promising the best rates, the easiest access, the most, well, everything? And then you stumble upon a name like BluPeak. It sounds modern, sleek, maybe even a little futuristic. But a question pops into your head, doesn't it? Is BluPeak just another one of those traditional brick-and-mortar banks dolled up with a fancy website? Or is it something different? Something entirely digital? That's exactly what we're diving into today. Because in a world where your phone can handle everything from ordering groceries to video calls with family across the globe, the way we bank is also evolving. We're seeing a surge of digital-only platforms promising a seamless, branchless experience. So, where does BluPeak fit into this landscape? Is it a digital disruptor, shaking up the old guard? Or is it a familiar face in a new digital mask? Let's peel back the layers and explore what BluPeak actually is. To answer our core question, traditional bank or digital-only platform, we need to look at several key aspects. Think about how you typically interact with a bank. Do you walk into a physical branch? Do you primarily use an app on your phone? Do you need in-person assistance for certain transactions? These are the clues that will help us decipher BluPeak's true nature. First, let's consider the most tangible aspect, physical presence. Traditional banks are characterized by their network of physical branches. You can walk in, speak to a teller, open an account face-to-face, and handle various transactions. Does BluPeak have these physical locations scattered across cities and towns? A quick search reveals, not really. You won't find sprawling BluPeak branches with tellers behind counters and security guards at the door. This immediately suggests a departure from the traditional model. However, the absence of physical branches isn't the sole determinant of a digital-only platform. Many traditional banks are now investing heavily in their online and mobile presence. So, we need to dig deeper. What about the core services offered by BluPeak? Do they mirror the offerings of a traditional bank? Think about checking and savings accounts, loans, mortgages, credit cards. These are the bread and butter of traditional banking. BluPeak does offer a range of these services. You can open accounts, manage your money, and even apply for loans. But how do you do all of this? That's where the digital aspect truly comes into play. The primary mode of interaction with BluPeak is through its online platform and mobile application. You likely won't be filling out paper forms at a physical counter. Instead, the entire process, from account opening to managing your funds, is designed to be handled digitally. This brings us to the user experience. Digital-only platforms often prioritize a streamlined, intuitive, and tech-savvy experience. They leverage technology to offer features that might be clunky or inconvenient with traditional banking. Think about instant notifications, easy transfers between accounts with a few taps, budgeting tools integrated directly into the app, and 24/7 customer support accessible through chat or phone. Does BluPeak offer this kind of digitally native experience? Based on user reviews and their platform design, the emphasis seems to be heavily on digital convenience. The interface is likely designed to be user-friendly, catering to individuals who prefer to manage their finances on the go. This focus on digital interaction further leans towards the digital-only side of the spectrum. Now, let's consider regulation and licensing. Traditional banks operate under established banking regulations and often have specific licenses that allow them to hold deposits and offer lending services. Digital-only platforms, while still regulated, might operate under different frameworks, sometimes partnering with established banks to provide certain services. Investigating BluPeak's regulatory status would provide crucial insights. Are they operating with a full banking license, or are they leveraging partnerships to offer their services? This information, often found in the About Us or legal sections of their website, can shed light on their structural foundation. If they hold their own banking license and are directly regulated as a financial institution, it might suggest a closer alignment with traditional banking principles, even if their delivery is primarily digital. However, if they operate through partnerships, it strongly indicates a digital-first approach. Another key differentiator lies in their operational costs and business model. Traditional banks with extensive branch networks incur significant overhead costs. Digital-only platforms, with their lack of physical infrastructure, often have lower operational expenses. This can translate into benefits for the customer, such as higher interest rates on savings accounts or lower fees. Does BluPeak offer more competitive rates or lower fees compared to traditional banks? This could be an indicator of their operational efficiency stemming from a digital-centric model. While traditional banks are increasingly competitive in the digital space, truly digital-only platforms often have an edge in this area. Furthermore, think about the range of services. While core banking functions might overlap, digital-only platforms sometimes offer specialized features tailored to a digitally savvy audience. This could include seamless integration with other financial technology, fintech, apps, advanced budgeting and analysis tools, or even cryptocurrency trading options, though this is less common for regulated entities. It's important to note that the lines between traditional and digital banking are becoming increasingly blurred. Traditional banks are investing heavily in their digital offerings, and some digital platforms are exploring limited physical presence through partnerships or innovative concepts. However, the fundamental DNA of the institution, where its primary focus lies and how it delivers its services, remains a key differentiator. So, after considering all these angles, where does BluPeak likely fall? Based on the initial clues, the lack of physical branches and the emphasis on online and mobile access, it strongly suggests that BluPeak is leaning towards a digital-only platform. Their core services are likely delivered primarily, if not exclusively, through digital channels. While they might offer similar financial products to traditional banks, the delivery mechanism is the key differentiator. The convenience of managing your finances anytime, anywhere, through an app or website, is a hallmark of digital-only banking. The focus on a seamless digital experience, potentially coupled with competitive rates and digitally native features, further solidifies this categorization. Of course, the financial landscape is constantly evolving. BluPeak might introduce physical touchpoints in the future, or traditional banks might further enhance their digital offerings. However, based on the information readily available and the trends in the financial industry, the evidence points towards BluPeak being a digital-only platform, designed for a generation that prioritizes convenience and accessibility at their fingertips. It's about banking in your pocket, without the need for physical queues or limited operating hours. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.